time for Video Waves, brought to you by Northampton Community College.
Hello and welcome to Video Waves. I'm Brian Garrison. On today's episode, we have a special guest. Julie Cebollero has come in to talk about her book, The Lion That Roared. Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm good, Brian. A pleasure to be here with you today.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate
it. My pleasure.
We're here to talk about your book, The Lion That Roared. So the first thing I want to know is, what inspired this book in the first place?
The Lion That Roared was inspired by true events. I met a man when I was 28, and he was producing 2 string arts for his sons. They were 5 and 6. He had not seen him in over 2 years, and it wasn't going very well. So I decided that I was going to write this story so that they can have a better idea of what happened and why he abandoned them, and he was a Leo. So I decided to call the book The Lion That Roared.
Very cool. So the story itself deals with animals. That sounds like a bit different than what the inspiration was. So how did that change in writing this book?
Well, I kind of made it about the lion, which brought it into a jungle setting, and I decided that children relate better to animals. So instead of taking it into a context of real life, I made it a dramatization of what happened, why it happened, so that they can better understand it.
Okay. So how is this version different than the original version that you made that however many years ago?
Well, I'll tell you. 28 years after I had written the book, I was inspired by, I was editing the book. I constantly edited the book and read the book, and as I was editing the book, God said, your story is not done. Your story is not done. So I sat down at my computer on a beautiful sunny day, and I started typing and typing and typing and laughing and crying, and over 30 pages was written that day, and I completed this version of The Lion That Roared. It is completely different than the first.
I guess that prompts the next question. How has it changed from the original draft? What has changed in it?
The depth, the dimension, everything changed about the book. Originally, the book was written with one family going through the turmoil of life. The new book was revised, and another character named Majesto came in to the storyline. We had 2 main characters, Coco, who would have been the Leo that I wrote the story about. Coco was a clumsy, bumbling lion who was very insecure about himself, very insecure about life. Now with this new storyline, there was another mentor. His name was Majesto. And in this new version, you have tragedy, you have greed, you have love, you have laughter, you have comedy, and most of all, you have a happy ending.
Very nice. So a huge change from the original work.
Huge.
When did you start writing, and how long have you been writing?
I've been writing since I was a teenager. I was mostly writing at that time poems, love songs, inspirational writing. I was discovering myself through writing. As a matter of fact, when I was 19 years old, I wrote an article about death. Natural death, sudden death, and suicide. I made 100 copies, and then I passed it out in the streets of New York. It was the 60s. We did a lot of crazy things back then, and I always wanted my writing to make people think.
Definitely. That's a huge change from what we have here today.
Yes.
But where can we pick up this book, and how much is it going to cost us?
Well, the book is self-published, and I used Outskirts Press, so you can go to outskirtspress.com. You can also get the book through my Facebook. You can Facebook me, and I will be glad to send you your own personal signed copy, and along with that, you have this full-color poster that will come with it. But I also have it available through Amazon and Barnes & Noble as an e-book. It would be $4.99 as an e-book and $9.95 for the soft cover.
Very nice. So I'm sure we'll include a link to in the description of this video to pick up the book anytime you want.
That would be great.
That would, yeah, excellent. I'm really kind of curious as to the age group for this book. Now, you said originally it was written for a 5- and 6-year-old.
Right.
But
it was very simple. This actually is geared towards a broader spectrum of children. It's older children, 2 adults. The story is rather deep, so younger children might kind of grasp it, but it's more geared to an older audience. As a matter of fact, I do have a gift shop in the Marshalls Creek area, and 3 adults saw me editing the book, asked me about it, and a year before publication actually bought the book sight unseen because it touches people in a different way. Kind of surprises me, but it does have an effect on people.
That's really nice. Something that really I thought was interesting was that in the book itself, there are illustrations, except unlike a normal book of this kind, they're black and white. You color in the pictures yourself. Why did you choose to make the book that way, and what does it add to the experience?
The book is, it infuses you with the imagination of color. Okay, the whole jungle is color. It's rainbow colors. I wanted you to be able to actually interpret your own way of bringing your book to life through what you read and have it in color. Originally, that was my thought. However, the parents don't want the kids coloring in the book. So I actually produced illustrations that are 11 by 14 that you can get, and you can color those anytime you want.
Very cool. So I understand that you're finally published. Your book has been published and you're a published author. How does that feel, and what can you share about that?
Well, it's amazing. It's actually amazing. The book, it inspires me to believe that everyone that actually picks up the book and reads the book is going to walk away feeling that they can believe in themselves, believe in the power of love, and know that all dreams can come true. Never give up on your dreams. No matter how old you are, they do come true.
Definitely. That's really inspirational. Before we go today, I understand we have a slideshow that we're going to play. And that slideshow should bring to light some of the pictures and show us more about the book. So if you'll go ahead and roll that slideshow, would you mind talking about that a bit, Julie?
I would love to.
All right, let's take a look.
This is me with the group of actors. I actually produced a play at the Sherman Theater in Stroudsburg, and we have a little coloring session going on over there with the 11 by 14 illustrations that can be purchased separately. That's one of the concepts of the color, bringing to life how they conceive, and that's a spread of all the different images. I picked the most powerful images in the book, and I turned them into separate coloring pages that can be colored, framed, and whatever your imagination lends to.
All right, and just out of curiosity, where can we purchase those separate pages?
The pages can be purchased directly from me. You can get those by either sending me an email through Outskirts Press, or you can actually Facebook me, Julie Cebollero.
All right, sounds good. Well, that's all the time we have for today, so thank you again for coming in, Julie.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Bye-bye.
And check out Julie's stuff online right under this description. In there you can find the links to all of her, her story itself, and pick up a copy for yourself. I've been Brian Garrison for Video Waves, and until next time, follow your dreams and keep it classy.